Hey everybody, and welcome back to We the Revolution. Let's go ahead and jump back in. Act 1, Day 8. Common folks don't like us a little bit. Revolutionaries don't like us a little bit. Go ahead and load up. And yes, who was this that was on trial? I do not recall. I don't even know if we looked before we ended the last episode. People are mostly calm. The revolutionaries want prison. The common folk want acquittal. And something has changed in the hierarchy. There is Marat. The conscience of the nation, the editor of a self-published newspaper. Alright, let's see who this gentleman is. Before the court stands Claude Garnier, a resident of Paris and a baker's apprentice arrested for robbery. He led a group of people who broke into the house of citizen Dominique Fournier, a wealthy man. According to Fournier's testimony, the robbers insulted him and then began beating him. At the same time, Claude Garnier, of course they had to put Garnier and Fournier in the same case, so we get confused about the names. Garnier told his accomplices which expensive belongings should be taken, and the group left the battered Fournier lying on the floor. Many witnesses saw the whole incident. Okay, we have many witnesses. Seems like an open and shut case then. Fournier's servant saw present during the events, while some passers-by looked through the windows. Garnier not only admitted leading the group, but he actually boasted about it, calling it a revolutionary deed of which he was proud. He supposedly found out that Fournier is funding counter-revolutionary leaflets and decided to relieve him of his funds. You know, well, that may be, sir, but really, shouldn't you go to authorities instead of taking matters into your own hands? The accused would not reveal the source of their information. He handed the guards a lampoon of Robespierre, claiming that he had found a thick pile of them in the victim's house. Garnier claimed to have having burned all but one, which he kept as evidence. That sounds very convenient. When the guards arrested him, they noticed a gold signet ring on his finger, which belonged to Fournier. I mean, so you got evidence to back it up. Back up that he attacked the man. Garnier often takes a stand during the gatherings of the Enrages. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing that right. Demanding that all wealthy people be hanged. So he's got a real a history of this kind of thing. In the year 1789, he took part in the storming of the Bastille. Now we know a little bit about the attacked. And let me go ahead and apologize in advance. Got a little something in my throat this evening. Probably not the situation that we're all talking about and living right now. Probably something way different than that. But you know, just bear with me if I need to take a moment to, you know, to wipe my nose or something. Just bear with me. This may be a little slower reading than you're accustomed to. So, Fournier is a financier. It is well-known fact that he was a strong supporter of finance minister Necker right to the end of his career. We've established and confirmed with many people that he followed the Girondins, though he has not taken any active role in public life in recent years. It is also a fact that after the robbery, Fournier's house was thoroughly searched and no counter-revolutionary materials were found there. So, I'm leaning towards he's completely guilty. Why would revolutionaries want him to go to prison? Because aren't the revolutionaries, like, isn't he saying I'm doing this for a revolutionary purpose? So why would revolutionaries want him in prison? Unless it's kind of like, this guy is a bad, like, example of what we are. I don't really know. But let's ask questions. See if we can unlock some questions, that is. So there is a trap. The lampoon is so-called evidence. Or is that accusation? He's claiming it's evidence, though. There you go. The signet ring, that's also evidence. The break-in is an accusation. Assaulting the victim is an accusation. The servant is a witness. The funding leaflets is a motive for why you would do it. There you go. Now we have a trap. The financier or freeing the Bastille prisoners. Well, I guess we could just guess at it because we have a couple mistakes. We have more than enough mistakes to make. So, is that he's a financier in extenuating circumstance, or that freeing the Bastille prisoners is an extenuating circumstance? I'm going with that one. There you go. All questions unlocked. All right, Mr. Garnier. We need more people like Garnier, says the people in the audience there. Please introduce yourself. My name is Claude Garnier. You are accused of breaking into the house of Citizen Fournier, whom you then brutally assaulted and robbed. I led an investigation of his house. Viva la Revolution! Good. You would think that they would respond back with Viva la Revolution. Like, that would be what I would write if I was writing this. Who gave you the right to represent the revolution? Exactly, Antoine. Exactly. The people of Paris did. Sure we did. Alright. Citizen Fournier was severely beaten. You're saying the whole deed was supposed to serve the ideals of the revolution. Did you really take part in the storming of Bastille? Calling the witness. You were found with a gold signet ring. Why would you think that the victim had anything to do with blank, blank, blank? After you arrested, you handed the guards a slanderous leaflet. So we don't know how the jury is siding or leaning. But let's start out with the facts. He was severely beaten. He could have avoided it. Yes, I punched him once or twice, but only because he kept squealing like a pig. Are you proud of yourself? He got what he deserved. Royalists are animals. He kept squealing when you were turning his place over? He was plotting against decent Parisians. Isn't that enough? We'll kill that hog. Okay. Well, tell me about the leaflet. After you were arrested, you handed the guards a slanderous leaflet. I found it in the royalist pig's house. There were scores of them in there, and we burned them all in the street. Wonderful. You did not burn that one, though. I saved it just in case. How can we be sure it belonged to Fournier? Exactly, Mr. Tinville. Exactly. Or, excuse me, Monsieur Tinville. Where else would I find it? Tell us exactly where you found it. He had piles of these leaflets in a recess there. Plotter. Scum. Why did you not go to the guard with the leaflet at once? Why would I? With accusations like that, you could be sure the accused would meet the guillotine. ... I didn't think about that one. He's right. You should have brought the leaflet to the guard. Ah. Alright, so we've already in prison territory. So what do we need to answer? Well, first of all, let's see. If we did death penalty, wouldn't be great. If we said prison, the common folk would be very mad at us. Acquittal, common folk would like us. But I'm gonna go with prison. I'm not acquitting this dude. Like, we're finally gonna stand. We're not acquitting this guy. What's his counter-revolutionary nature? Who? This guy's act? No. Which political group does the defendant sympathize with? Oh god, I don't remember. I have to read that again, huh? Oh, the enrages? Is that a answer? No, the Plain, the Girondins, the Jacobins. I don't know. I'll have to ask him maybe some more questions about that. What made the defendant famous in the eyes of the people? He helped the poor. He took part in the storming of the Bastille. He worked as an auditor. It's the Bastille, maybe? Well, yeah, maybe we'll ask that question. Did you really take part in the storming of the Bastille? I did. What a hero, one of us! Was your experience helpful? The only thing missing was Delaunay's head raised on a pike. It's another difference. Or that's another difference. I wasn't arrested for doing it. Everyone knew that we were doing the right thing. The Bastille was a fortress. We were talking about breaking into the house of an unarmed man. And that is why we have doubts. You mean an unarmed royalist pig. Well, that moved him more towards getting off scot-free. I want to talk about the signet ring. You were found with a signet ring, citizen. I have reason to believe that it belonged to the victim. Why would you keep calling him a victim? He's a rich traitor. The true victims are the people of France. You know what we are talking about, and we will take care of him in due time. Of course. Now, what about that signet? Ah, the signet. Nice, isn't it? Those swines got fat off our hard work, and they refused to give us the tiniest part of their wealth. Not even the tiniest. Huzzah! What do you plan to do with it? Nothing. It looks better on my finger, much better than that on a pig. The signet was not the only thing you took, was it? I heard the house was stripped of everything precious. I was especially fond of these gold-plated candlesticks. Not looking so hot for you, dude. Why would you think that the victim had anything to do with counter-revolutionary activity? Ask anyone in the street. They all knew about it. No one had any proof, and we were tired of waiting. How did they know? Did the rats talk to them? Well, they just knew. The people always know what's going on. We always smell a filthy royalist. So you decided to find evidence of Fournier's guilt? Whenever someone's suspected of a crime, there's an investigation. No, we decided to do one. Do I understand correctly that you assaulted Citizen Fournier because of some rumors? Monsieur le Juge, are you implying that Parisians are liars? I'm the one that asks questions here, not you. Are you saying the whole deed was supposed to serve the ideals of the revolution? Have Robespierre or Danton ever encouraged their followers to become robbers? Not robbers, no, soldiers of the revolution. I confiscated goods that were serving a rotten cause. If I wasn't arrested, I've handed everything over to the authorities. So you did not do so immediately after the robbery. I think we all have the right to celebrate avenging the wrongs we had to suffer. What wrongs did you have in mind? My whole life, I worked my fingers to the bone while Fournier and others like him were sat around getting fatter. Wise words. Wealth for the people. Well, I don't know the answer to this one. Which political group does the defendant sympathize with? I'm gonna go for the plane. I don't understand. I don't know the different terms. And excuse me one moment as I mute the mic. Thank you. Sorry about that. So I'm going to say that was his act counter-revolutionary? No. I think he wasn't trying to stop the revolution. He was trying to progress the revolution. Or maybe enrich himself. I don't know which political group he sympathizes with. And he's famous for taking part in the storming of the Bastille. I'm not going to ask the other question. I mean, I could call him the witness, but I don't think there's any reason to call him the witness. People are anxious. Let's just get this over with. Verdict is prison. Now, this is really going to put a damper on things with the common folk. But the revolutionaries will like me for some reason. Put a signature on that. Put a stamp on that. And away we go. That was a pretty open and shut case there. Common folk are not going to like it. I sentence Citizen Claude Garnier to prison. Lead the condemned out. What? So he was not part of the plane. Common folk -8, revolutionaries +4. Reputation +1, influence +1. Alright, goodbye, Garnier Fructis. Now we will go home. Oh, we'll not go home, excuse me. My name is Jean-Marie Roland. My name should not be unknown to you. After all, you wiped your shoes on it during King Louis's trial. I don't remember your name, sir. Citizen Capet, not King. King Louis Auguste Bourbon, Duc de Berry. Thanks to you flinging around half-truths and speculations, everyone is calling for my head. I don't remember you, sir. Accusing me of corruption and treason, while you used our backs as a stepladder on your way up the social hierarchy. I will throw this book at you, sir. Corrupting politicians does not always work out. Danton does it. Mauleville tried it. But they caught you. It happens. I will probably be dismissed from my station. I may even end up at the guillotine, but I will make sure your head rolls right after mine. You will be my comrade in misery. Threatening a judge of the tribunal is an even worse idea than supporting a despised king and corrupting politicians of the convention. I will get rid of your candidate for captain of the guard, then I will go after you. That's quite a threat, sir. It took me and my wife too long to get to where we are. I will not die because of some overboozed maggot that likes to call himself a judge. You will see how we wage war in Paris' salons, you treacherous mongrel. Okay, so he's one of the things that are on our board game situation, right? Dear comrade, I have heard the news of Minister Roland's unexpected visit. I have to confess that Roland knows about me something that he should not have. I am certain he is already waving an intrigue against us. We have to start working on one against him. From Francois Henriot. Play something for me, son. I have work to do. As you wish, father. We can support the construction of this statue. I mean, I really want to get the influence of the people up, honestly. So I need my father to like us. Even in gambling. There you go. Because I've kind of, just kind of glossed over these facts. That, Bernard here, having a positive with him influences the revolutionaries. Having a high opinion of Matilda influences our overall reputation. Frederick is this weird one where he influences all the other family members. But I think we should spend time with my father because he influences the people, the common folk, I guess. And right now we're not doing so hot there. So we should spend some time with your father every now and then. Show him your world. Perhaps he will get a taste for it. Come on, father. Let us go gambling. There you go. Raise you up a little bit. Dropped you. So we no longer have influence on the revolutionaries. Alright, let's see what happens. Some people's moved. Oh, some enemy moved into our spot. Enemy agents will fight with your agents for territory. They can take over your sections or neutral sections. While at least two hostile agents meet in one section, when at least two hostile agents meet in one section, combat ensues. Remember that a diplomat has little chance against a brutal fighter. After defeat in combat, your agent becomes injured. They can still move around, but they're not able to perform any actions. Your main section is vital. The building here enables you to influence the rest of the game, protect it at all costs. If you let it out of your grasp, you will lose the game. So here we have is an enemy diplomat. He's taken over this section. We have controls over two spots, here and here now. We know of one enemy spot here. Increase our influence, lower the crowd's fervor. I mean, we can just, no, what do we own here and here? I don't understand what we own. What do we own and what don't we own? But we know this needs to be controlled by you, controlled by the faction of the people. So we don't know where the enemy is. He's somewhere in the question marks or in these extra spaces here. So we need to definitely move our guy in to fight this dude. He's fighting. Okay. Yep. the diplomat, and Raphael Clovis, but he's a bruiser. Our diplomat here could scout, or I could try to raise my influence. Let's try that. I don't really know what I'm doing. Is it obvious that I don't know what I'm doing? But I guess let's hit the button. Let's finish the task, I guess. Just wanted to see what that would do. We have a... Is this the attacking? No, this is something brand new. Intrigue. Intrigue section. Jean-Marie Roland. The documents discovered in Capet's iron cabinet raise suspicion regarding Roland. The minister hates the tribunal for openly ridiculing him, and he will not forgive you for it. His intelligent wife holds an even stronger grudge. We need to have 2 successes to win, and 4 successes to have a bonus. Alright, sure, whatever that means. Action blocks. Perform actions correctly to fill the progress bar. If you carry out too few, you will lose. If you perform more than necessary, you'll receive a bonus. Yep. Perform actions correctly to fill the progress bar. If you carry out too few, you'll lose. Yep. We've already said that. So we have to, I mean, it's kind of hand-holding us. Can we talk about how there are literal angels and devils? They're like, here we are standing, holding the head of the king. And there's literal angels and devils and people falling into hell around us. It's quite some imagery. So they're kind of giving us a tutorial because the only thing we can do is convince a witness. There's no other options. So we can perform an action. So far, there are only rumors that Roland destroyed the documents. If we find someone from his circle to corroborate this, we could gain a powerful tool. We have a potential candidate, Philippe Cotte, who was among the people who opened the cabinet. Let's ask him to testify. For an action to be successful, you need to persuade the required number of people. You can also send your diplomat to do it for you. Remember this, you can only do this while the block is active. This game, you're confusing me. You're throwing way too many things at me, but maybe I'll get it. Do we convince them or send a diplomat? Let's convince him. I don't know how many, like it should tell us how many influence points we have, but I'm assuming we don't have many. So let's just convince you. Thank you for coming, citizen. How could I say no to a person who holds the lives of kings in the palm of his hand? I presume that our meeting is connected to Minister Roland? Exactly. I would like to talk about the incident with the Iron Cabinet. It is indeed rather ugly. The minister could lose his head because of it, although it is currently nothing more than gossip. Yes, but what if the gossip suddenly turned into the truth? Then things would certainly get nasty. We have 4 influence points. I want to get Roland. What the hell what will he get out of this? Carrot and stick. One moment, please. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I want to get Roland. What will he get out of this? Carrot and stick. Choose the approach. Well, I mean, we could spend some influence points, but I don't know if I want to. Because I don't know if I know. Like, I don't get what withdrawn means. Withdrawn must tell me something. If I had, like, a cheat sheet, it would tell me what to do. Is it, like, do they match up the colors? Like, this is kind of monotone, so I should select this one? Manipulation? I want to get Roland. Let's be carrot and stick. That's manipulation, right? Let's be very, you know, Let's show some humility. Here, what approach is this? A strong argument, a weak argument. So let's do humility, manipulation, humility maybe? Humility, manipulation, humility. Humility. You and I, we are France's servants. It is our responsibility to make sure Roland falls. So we need to make the truth known. Did we not take an oath to defend our ideals? Roland has many vices, but are they enough to justify my betrayal? Because that is what you're asking me. I'm not asking you to betray anyone. I'm asking you to tell the truth, sir. Minister Roland will not save you when matters become troublesome. I can save you from charges of complicity, for example. Let's go humility again. No, let's not go humility. Yeah, let's go humility. I can't remember if that was the right answer or not. I believe that you are a man of reason, citizen Kut. Listen to it telling you that you do not want to pay for Roland's mistakes, and I do not want to make you pay for them. Oh, now he's intrigued. I will help you and testify against him. Let us see where this leads, but hopefully to my head staying on my neck as you promised. Yes. Alright, so we did it. Revolutionary endorsement up, common folk endorsement up. What is the 10%? 10% is probably not a good thing, right? Spreading rumors. Methods of solution. Some actions require you to make decisions about tactics. Each decision may have a different chance of success. Choose how to resolve this. Chance of success 10%. When Roland recognized the contents of the iron cabinet, he allegedly asked for a moment of privacy and was left alone with the evidence. In light of Citizen Quebec being accused of conspiracy and the lack of evidence, we should try accusing the minister of destroying it. Gupta confirmed these sensational details will surely help. We should use diplomacy or use force. A few casual remarks made by the respected Jacques-Louis David would unleash an avalanche. Court guard Raphael Clovis, your loyal subordinate, will have to talk some sense into a few heads so they realize how big of a threat Roland is. I mean, I don't want to be a bad guy. I don't want to bust heads. So I'm just going to use diplomacy. It doesn't change the number up here, 10%. This action will be performed the next day. Intrigues are carried out in a matter of days. The results of some action blocks may only be seen the next day. Okay. Yeah, so what do you want me to do now? Hit the back button? Chance of success is now 100%. Okay. Back. Common folk +2, revolutionaries +2. Yep, we know that. Let's end the day, I guess. Day 9. Achievement unlocked. Family is the most important. Oh, hello, madam. Good relations with your son. Good relations with your wife. Reputation +1. Influence 5. And we now have a new hierarchy. We know of Henry O, our man on the street busting heads. Sir, please don't cough in the courtroom. Thank you. We will now preside. Well, next episode we'll preside over the case of Anne de Corf. Yeah, look at the common folk reputation. It's very low. So everyone wants death penalty, so at least we can make everyone happy. If we can side that way. There's not very many people in the audience today. But I guess that's where we will end the episode. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.